So, I want to come out here, talk a little about AI. Been using a little more often, probably like hour or two a day or so. Really just fiddling with it. I mean, you're trying different things out, researching topics, or doing things like fantasy football, or checking news articles, or whatnot. Um, yeah, so, um, so my question, kind of becoming later, is what happens when AI becomes your boss? Like 5, 10, 15 years, whatever, down the line. What happens when it becomes your boss? I mean, really good question. Like, do do you listen to every single time? Do you think it's going to be correct 100% of the time? You know, is it going to reprimand you when you do something wrong, or is it going to try to teach you when you do something wrong? Um, or, I mean, you could even kind of extrapolate this even further. Like, would you even have a job? You know, would your work, your line of work, your profession, would it even exist? That's a good question. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of working through that a little bit. I don't know how that would work. Like I work in retail, so I don't know how that would work necessarily. Like, I mean, you could tell us like, hey, put this product here versus somewhere else, or you know, during this season swap this. But I, if you even gets to that point, like, wouldn't it just be kind of the robots doing it anyway? You know, like I know there's quite a big transition phase, like between like when it becomes your boss to the robots actually doing it. Hang on, let me flip my steak real quick. Um, so yeah, like if and when it does become your boss, are you gonna do it? You know, big question. Like I mean, it could be good, could be bad, and it could be you can kind of lean it however you want to. But I don't know. I like using it. Is it right 100% of the time? Of course not. Like today, I was working with like a fancy roster, just for the fun of it, just doing screenshots with it, and it still got players' names wrong on occasion. It got 95% of them right, but it got 1% wrong, which is still a slightly big deal. You know what I mean? In that realm, it should, you know, if it got to 100%, hey, life's good. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I mean, what does a job market look like? You know, will your work be around 5, 10, 15 years down the line? You know, I don't know if mine will. Um, I mean, now we're kind of working with ideas about like shipping things in different spots and basically almost like airdropping your items to you, like Amazon already works within hours. I mean, you can order something on Amazon, you get it within a few hours. Like, I mean, it's everything's been very much expedited. Um, so I don't know. Which leads to the UBI question. You know, your basic income, probably a matter of time too. So personally, I mean, I think it's good. I think a lot of societies are overworked. I think we're to the point that I think a lot of people are just experiencing a lot of burnout in general. Um, you know, where a lot of people are job hopping. here and there. Granted, yeah, it's a lot better if you stay with the company. Sometimes, you know, some companies really treat you well if you stick around. Um, but you know, I mean, we do have a nihilistic side. Like a lot of people are kind of experience this in their head already. Like, hey, like, you know, it's not what jobs are available, what's life gonna be like, and they're existentially worried. I get it. You know, like I mean, there's a lot of really big questions coming up with that. I'm gonna put my steak here in just a second, but so give me 1 second here. So, but I think that's part of the process that people have kind of, a lot of us are kind of seeing this coming. You know what I mean? Like it's happening quickly, and yeah, I mean everybody. Obviously, it's like an industrial revolution. It's a whole, literally a whole new world, and I mean, yeah, people are going to be a little apprehensive and a little bit worried about like how it's all going to play out, what their life's going to look like. I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely. I mean, I definitely see a lot of people worry about that. I'm considering, like, heck, you know, what is life going to look like in 5, 10 years? You know, I mean, I for one am a little excited about it because I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind working. I like my job. It's a good job, but it's like, if I didn't have to work, would I? Would you? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if a robot could just do your job and you have money to survive on, and more money to hang out with your friends and go do things and go visit different places and try different food and you know just literally experience life, like you know, I mean, it doesn't sound terrible. But will it be that way necessarily? Yeah, I don't know. You know, will it be completely authoritarian and you can't go anywhere? You know, 5, 10 mile radius of your home. Or, you know, I would hope not. Oh my gosh, that's awful. But you know, but like, you know, a lot of people got family and friends out somewhere else. You know, they got family and friends out other states, other countries. You know, it could be. I don't know. I just don't think I don't see it being that way. But you know, could it? Sure. I mean, obviously, there's that opportunity for it. But I mean, I don't know. I just I don't see it happening exactly to that fashion. I think there's going to be. Oh, I would call it a revolution as well, but like a, you know, this sort of pendulum swing back towards like a little more freedom-oriented society. We've got a society that's completely deluged with laws and rules and restrictions and all that sort of stuff. Like, most people can't keep it in their head, you know, that there's so much of it, you know. Like, you don't, you know what I mean? So, like, it's, I think there will be a pendulum swing slightly back. I mean, just culturally, I mean, just society-wise. Man, I don't know how else can play out, obviously, but, like, I was taught that, obviously, in law course before. They put the homework out there. So yeah, I was taught that in the law course I took in college, and yeah, it's terrible. Like the society does have a continuous pendulum swing. Um, that's just human nature in general. Although I fully believe in the balancing of things in life. That a lot of times life works better in a balance. You know, like it can be too high, it can be too low. Necessarily, life just works better in a balance. And like everything happens in cycles. Heck, your cells regenerate in cycles. So I mean, think about the tiniest So I mean, the universe, everything just kind of cycles. So, um, call it what you will, as above so below sort of thing, if you want to call it that. Basically, everything's to me, it's just like a mirror. Everything's a mirror. And yeah, we're cautious that's projective. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is kind of really benevolent AI within the next 5, 10 years, like, and we're able to live, like everybody's able to eat, everybody's able to have food and water, we all have shelter, like, kind of like this stuff is doable, it's not. If I think obviously money is the big problem. Most people want to get paid for time and labor. Understand so, I get it, but what if it was all just made? You know what I mean? Like the AI extracted the labor, AI extracts the supplies, creates everything. Would it be necessary? Would the whole money even be really even necessary? You know. Or just be like top units or what have you, like a Dark Mirror episode. But my question is it really that dark? Or is it just dark because you can't see it from the other side? Like you look back 10 years from now and you're like, life changed. Maybe for the better. Something about AI's your boss, becomes a bigger boss, becomes a big boss, so to speak. I don't like the idea that some people are only like a religion. I think that's a great idea. Obviously you don't want like a cult following of something, just one thing necessarily. Like for better to balance. Typically for most people. Yeah. Something to think about.